Hey everyone, welcome to Daily Flight Sim. It's a place where I live stream flights on Explain, the flight simulator that I use. And it's also a place where I post tutorials for other flight simmers so that they can benefit from what I'm learning every day. So today I'm going to be doing a flight from Ahmedabad to Vadodara. So actually in our previous flight we stopped at a certain airport called Kandla, but the Kandla to Ahmedabad is a pretty long flight, so I didn't live stream that. It might take me like 1.5 hours to do it, more than an hour, I think easily 1.5 hours to do that flight. So I've skipped that so that I can show you a shorter flight. And yeah, so let's get started with that. I've loaded up Sky Vector. Let me just switch that screen so you can see it. Monitor 2. Yeah, there you go. So, we're at Ahmedabad here. We're going to be flying at roughly a heading of 144. The total distance is 55 nanometers. Ahmedabad has a ADF, a non-directional beacon at 232, and it has a VOR at 113.1. And we're gonna head to what is that? Vadodara. Vadodara has a ADF frequency 304 and VOR frequency 117.3. Right. Um, yeah. So yeah, let me get started with the flight. So we are going to start Explain. Okay, new flight. VAH Ahmedabad. I'm on my KingAir C90, and yeah, weather and time of day looking good. Let me start the flight. So I've also got something which I should show you: paper and pen. This is so that I can write down what the ATC is telling me, so that I don't then have to figure out what the hell the ATC told me, right? Yeah. Taking a bit of time to load today. I had to struggle quite a bit to get the streaming settings right, but I'm so glad I fixed that. I think the audio is much better now, and the encoding settings on my software are looking much better. So yeah, feel more confident about the videos too. Alrighty, this is going to be a nice evening flight, looks like. I may end up having to land in the night. I'm going to take the risk and fly the plane. Need some kind of a challenge. It can't be the same all the time, right? Okay. All right, battery switch. Go through the checklist really quick. Battery switch, landing lights. And I came across a wonderful software to manage the flight. It's called EXT panel. I'm still tinkering with it, but as soon as I get it going in some order, I will share how to set it up with you. Okay. Yeah, all the lights, basically landing, taxi, nav, strobe, beacon. Okay. I'm going to be adding the flaps that I have on my joystick here. So add one level of flaps. This is just for the exterior inspection actually. Okay. Gonna switch the views, but my views are, yeah, here we go. Beacon lights looking good, strobe lights, nav light looking good. The flaps are down. Cabin door is locked. Got nav lights, orange lights on the right, strobe, landing lights, taxi lights on the right, cyan, and the strobes. Yeah, all right, let's check the controls. Looking free and smooth. All right. Okay. So very quickly, okay, exterior is done. Power levers, let me set that to idle. So at power levers, always check your joystick throttle, okay? Because you might end up with a different position. I mean, if you start the simulator and let's say your throttle is at full, right? Your throttle will show idle in the plane, but the moment you try to move your throttle, you're gonna, things are gonna get a bit messed up. So when you do this checklist and you come to the power levers, ensure that your joystick is at idle. I'm gonna quickly check the other two; they're fine. All switches. All right, let's just check the enunciators. Okay, looking good. Turn off the master caution and the master warning. Battery switch is on. Fuel quantity right here, looking good. Okay. Okay, time to start the engine. Boom. Inverter's on. Right engine auto ignition arm. Right condition lever. Let's get it up. Okay. And time to start the engine. Have a look at how it looks. Oops. Yeah. Okay. We got engine temperature. Oops. Engine temperature. And we need to get past 51. Yeah, I think we passed 51 in the RPM. Okay. Go. Right condition lever to high idle. Go. Checking the oil temperature. Sorry, oil pressure. I keep making a mistake with that. It's oil pressure. And we got engine RPM. Both looking good. Okay, so gonna turn on the right generator. Boom, boom. All right. Right condition lever goes back to low idle. Okay. Right engine ignition switch goes off. Left engine ignition switch comes on. And it's time to start the left engine. Looking at the temperature gauge, we've already got movement. And there we go. Yeah, we've got 5100 RPM. Good. Left engine switching on. Boom. We've got high condition. Going to check the engine pressure. I'm sorry, oil pressure. And the RPM. It's looking good, looking good. Okay. Turn off, turn on. We're in good shape. Let's bring the condition levers back down. And let's turn off the left engine auto ignition arm. Yeah. Okay. Retract the flaps. Lights. I wish this plane would save my light settings, but it doesn't. So yeah, this is one item I have to keep setting up. Give me bright on everything. Thank you very much. Boom. Here we go. Ah. Little dull. Okay. All right. Yeah. Good. Okay. Lights are done. Radius are going to be 113.1. Let me just cross verify that on my. Yeah, 113.1. So let's get that on the radios. 113. 113.1. Yeah, looking good. The other one is 117.3. So let's switch it over. 117 it says. 17. Yeah. 17 and 0.3. Okay. Just give me a sec to get this right. All right. So 117.3 is Vadodara. I'm going to start with 113.1, which is our Ahmedabad VOR. We're going to be flying in at 144. So I'm going to dial that into our OBS. 144. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. Like I said earlier, this is just so that we know when we're starting to head in the direction of our destination, and that's usually when the ATC stops giving its instructions. So yeah, it's comfortable. Transponder, that means I need clearance. Okay, let me get the autopilot up very quick. Okay, I need to get this onto so with autopilot, or any of the screens in Explain, at least the newer ones in Explain 11, you can hit this button and it becomes a separate window which you can then drag over to another monitor. You can see it on my right monitor here, and yeah, so I normally do that with the GPS as well. So I'm going to just choose the GPS, hit this button, it becomes a separate window, and I move it to the right. Okay, altimeter is all right. Altimeter 299er2. Good. Okay. Our ATC has stopped speaking because for a tutorial I cut the volume down to 0. So I'm gonna add back some volume here. Alright, time to request file our flight plan. VAAH to VABO. And it's 55 nanometers. That means we should do nanometers, nautical miles. 7,000. Alright. No waypoints, nothing. We're just gonna fly direct. File. Okay, request clearance.
November 4-3 X-ray Sierra. Cleared IFR to Victor Alpha Bravo.
I'm gonna set my altitude.
Maintain 7,000. Squawk 4701.
Let me get the transponder set up. 4701, and we are on and set. Let's read back the transmission.
IFR to Victor Alpha Bravo Oscar as filed. Maintain 7,000. Squawk 4701. November 4-3 X-ray Sierra.
Super. So now I'm gonna set the altitude that we want to fly at. I wish there was a faster way to set the altitude. Alright. Set up. Okay, let's request the taxi.
November 4-3 X-ray Sierra. Runway 5, taxi via 5.
Runway 5, taxi via 5.
Runway 5, taxi via 5. November 4-3 X-ray Sierra.
We just take a look around. We just have to turn around right here. So we are going to be flying in the direction 5, so I better set my heading bug. Yeah, here we go. Let's set that to 050. You may be asked to fly heading 040, I'm not so sure. But let me set this to 5 for now. Since the runway is at 5. Okay, we're done. Let's get ready for takeoff. Okay, first thing I'm going to do, push the condition levers to full. Let's look at trim. Let's get that over to 5. Okay, and flaps go down. Autopilot is off. Yeah, we are all set, sir. Okay, takeoff I'll do once I line up with the runway, so let's do a quick turn. It's just to please the ATC. Ah, we have another aircraft waiting for takeoff, and that's a jet plane. Okay. All right. We're practically set. I'm going to just quickly line up with the runway. And yeah. Brakes are on. Final checks. Condition levers. Brakes off. And it's time to get on our takeoff roll. Okay. Gonna push the throttle to almost full, not full. Okay. Releasing the brake. Off we go. Looks like I'm going to do a night landing. Not my most comfortable thing. But yeah, let's see how it goes. I might even crash. It's a live stream. I can't hide anything from you. Every mistake I make is what it is. That's what. Okay, V0, V1 coming up real fast. And we're off. Positive rate of climb. Up goes the gear. Gonna hold it for a bit. Alright, looking good. Flaps up. Okay. And let's go for the autopilot actually. Let's get the heading, altitude set, and boom. Let's go. Turn on the air damper as well. Alright, 135.95. Gonna reduce the throttle a bit. We need to move to climb. Gonna bring down the propellers to 20. Is, I guess, 2000. Okay, looking good. We're climbing at the right speed. I'm gonna check in with the controller. And let's get our lights turned off. Okay, alternator. Oops. I don't know why, but I can't click on any other stuff. This is really funny. Why can't I? Fly heading 150 sounds good, so let's get that going. Oops, wrong direction. 150. 150. Alright, we're roughly set up. Oops. Yes, sir. 150. Okay. The climb power got propeller down. We got this down. Resume on. Okay, we're done with that. And am I gonna get my landing lights up? Ugh. All right, much better. Nice to be signaling that you're landing or you're taxiing when you're not doing that. Other planes are going to get confused. So is the ATC if you ever end up turning towards them or towards the tower. Pretty noisy chatter on the radio today. There's a plane right behind me. I'm sure he's going to be taking off pretty soon. I can't see him here, I think. No, I can't. I was trying to spot him on the GPS, but I can't. Okay, we've got altitude armed. We've got yaw damper on. We've got everything on. And we've got a speed setter up. Oh, but I need a little bit of more juice to get to 140. We're flying a little slower than we should. Just going to make a quick check on the condition levers to see if everything is fine. Okay, okay. The speed is a little disturbing. Not sure why we are struggling so hard to climb. Hope I haven't done something wrong with the plane, have I? Nah. Looks okay. Just no idea why we are going so slow. Let me get a push. Yeah, there we go. The needle's moving forward. That's good news. Okay, we are approaching our target altitude. So it will soon be time to level up. That's exactly what we're doing. And we seem to be going roughly in the direction of the airport back in. See that from here. So that's going to be the last turn. ATC is not going to be talking to us for a while. And it's time to get ready for cruise. I'm going to bring the propeller down to 1900. Okay. And we got 1900 now. Flying level. Going really fast, so I'm going to cut the throttle just a bit. Want to ensure that we do somewhere around 180, 190. Not too much higher. And let's also have a nice look at the scenery around us. Looks like farmlands mostly. Oh, I like this. Right. Oh boy. A lot of radio chatter. The only problem is that in flights like this, you tend to get confused about which instruction is for you. I mean, out here it's easy on explain. Any communication to you comes in yellow. And another cool thing with explain is that it keeps switching the radio frequencies for you. So I'm not sure how comfortable I would be having to change the radio frequencies myself. Because the interface isn't great and there's no really fast way to key in the frequencies. I'm sure it's much easier on the physical plane. So I think with a simulator, sure, you're not getting the same feel as the aircraft, and probably the real plane is very different. But there are differences both ways. I think there are things that are difficult in a flight simulator, and I think, because I've never really flown a real plane, but I think there are other things that get easier on a real flight. Like, just turning your head down to flick the autopilot switch, for example. Or, keying in the frequency. You can just turn these knobs like incredibly fast on the physical thing. But out here, you've got to keep clicking the button and using a clumsy scroll, which is not the best thing to do. I've been looking for apps and other things which do this well, but so far no luck. if you have some good ideas or tips about how to get the radios working fine, I'd love to be the kind of guy who even turned off the ATC text messages and kind of listened out on the radio and figured out which messages are for me. I would love to do that, but I just think it's a little too impractical on the explain. The other thing I've also been wanting to look at is uh, scenery packs. So if you guys know of any like free scenery packs which I can use, I don't want to spend any money right now. So yeah, if there are some nice ways to improve the look of Explain, please let me know. Okay, we're flying at 7,000. We like we could have done 10,000 feet actually. No reason why we should have stuck to 7,000 feet, but I can't change things now, can I? Let's switch over to the target aircraft. I'm going to switch the VORDME over. And just like that, so you can see that this is now pointing straight towards the airport. We're not going to be getting any instructions for a while. We are flying a little fast though, so I'm going to cut the power just a bit. On this plane, it's not. I've seen that beyond 200 knots is. Nah, it just very quickly you start seeing that the the plane starts veering to the left and right. It's just really not safe. So at least in Explain, I don't go beyond 190 knots. I try to keep the plane under that because I also want to leave some room for error because I'm not some ace pilot who really knows how to do all this. I'm not even a pilot, so I don't want to like make some stupid mistake and then suddenly the plane is going like too fast. The thing I realize is, especially with going too fast, is I find it very difficult to regain control of the aircraft. With a stall, it's very simple. You just point the nose of the plane down and it's fine. But for some reason, the high speed, I'm not sure if it's Explain or what it is, seems to damage the plane in some way. So there's one time when I just couldn't get any lift out of the aircraft and I just kept going down and like crashed. I mean, I hope it happens in one of these flights that I do because we'll also show you, what happens when things go wrong. Let's see, we're talking about so many flights. Let's just see if we can see any. Not sure if that's Venus or if it's another aircraft. Oh, a lot of it is just night sky. Just night sky. Oh boy. Night sky. Night sky. Oh wow. Is it a good angle for this? Maybe this. 150 and 3,000. Yes, sir. We're going to go right ahead. We're going to go down now. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 10. 10 clicks will get us 1,000 feet descent. Bring the power down. Down, down, down. Don't want to be flying crazy fast. Let's get the altimeter set. Speed's looking fine now. There we go. 3,000 feet on the altitude. And boom. We are like in business. Oil pressure gauges are looking fine. Stuff is looking fine. I should have checked it at every stage of the flight. Bad boy. But yeah, oil pressure is good. Fuel flow is what it is. Yeah. Look at our RPM and look at the red line. Well within the limits. Power, of course, very low right now because we're descending. And temperature is nice and cool. Yeah. I think it's Important to leave room for error when you're flying. Seriously. Give some room to the top velocity, top cruise speed. Give yourself some room on the temperature, pressure. Make sure you're giving some room. Make sure you got some breathing space, right? I'm gonna mark off 150 because we're on the heading. And as soon as we hit 3000, I want to mark that off as well. Check again. Yes, altitude is armed. If you've seen my previous flights, you've seen me miss that. Hence the double check. Okay, I can give it a little more juice. Which is he's going a little slower. 180 is a nice speed to maintain at this stage of the flight. We're 23 nautical miles away from Vadodara right now. At around 15 nautical miles, we start getting vector drop. That seems to be the pattern on the Explain ATC. I heard that the really nice way to fly is using stars and standard terminal arrivals with stars, and then fixes and nav aids. But I haven't yet got around to learning how to do that. So for now, it's just amateur Explain ATC. Climb and maintain 5000. All right. Did I set this wrong? Did I get something wrong here? Did we got something wrong here? Okay, I should be giving a lot of power. I don't want to be losing speed right now. But looks like they wanted me to be at 5000, and for some reason I got it down as 3000. Ooh. Did it say climb and maintain 3000 just now? Oh my god, what's going on? What's going on, ADC? Alright, I think I got you wrong. I'm sorry. We're climbing and we will hit 5000. Please don't worry, my friend. I'll be a little more careful with that. That is not nice. Oh wow. Can you see the airport? It's pretty beautiful, right? Yeah, it's looking nice actually. But I just don't know why we're heading straight to it. Oh, this is very nice. We're going to be able to see the runway as we move along. This is beautiful. I'm so happy we can do that. Okay, we're down to our target altitude and just going to cut the power just a bit so that we're doing 180. That's really beautiful. I've never really seen the runway up. Not sure if we can get a perfect. No, we can't. But wow, the visibility is awesome. It's making me think that landing at night is going to be far more pleasant than I thought it would be. Oh my god, the stars look so nice. Yeah, I know it's virtual, but it's still nice, isn't it? Except for the stupid checklist on the right. I'm scared to close it right now. Okay, let me close it. Let's get it back on. I'm very uncomfortable about this. Okay, okay. We just pretty much need only the landing checklist right now. Okay. 12 nautical miles. Looks like we're not getting vectored around, are we? Pretty sure the next instruction is going to be for me. Should be. We are maintaining 5,000, just as the ATC wants. There we go. 220, 2000. Alright, 220 and 2000. So let's get the VS. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Boom, we start going down. I cut the power out. And we start turning to 220 as suggested. 220 is going to be on my right, so let's start moving. Let's get this going. There roughly. Maybe there. We'll find out. I'm going to start cutting my power a bit. We want to ensure that we're down to around 160 knots. Yeah, things are looking nice. And the sunset is looking pretty brilliant on the right. Let's see if we can get a nice view outside. Oh, this is really beautiful. Very nice. Gonna take a quick snap of that. And let's do that. Nice. I wonder if the stars are accurate. We'll have to probably find a guide and identify the constellations here. It actually does look like our sun. No, it looks like Scorpio actually. Yeah, we're down to a little over 160, are we? Oh, I just want to quickly check. Oh my goodness. We did not arm the altitude. That's just very bad news normally. I mean, it's a good thing that we had 3,000 feet to descend. If this was just 1,000 feet, yeah, my dirty habit remains. Okay, we're going to need a little more cut on the power. We want 160 knots right now. And 300 is a pretty good torque to give during descent. But I have got to make sure. Oh, and here's the thing that I'm getting right now, which is that I'm setting the power correctly during descent and during the level flight. I'm not running into surprises where I suddenly realize I haven't put enough power and the plane is going too slow or too fast. So yeah, assuming this trend continues till I land, I'm going to add a little pat to my back. But let's see if it happens. It's still a couple of turns. Anything could go wrong. But I'm guessing not much is going to go wrong because we're at the height we need to be for the landing. 2000 is the altitude at which the ATC then vectors me around before clearing me to land. Are we at 2909 or 2? Yes, we are. Read back transmission. Okay, we're leveling up. Time to increase the power. Okay, we're going to go to around 700 or 800. Climb and maintain 2000. Why? Did I miss that? Why exactly did I miss that? Oh. Okay, this is not good. I'm going to turn off my autopilot. We're going to do this manually because I obviously screwed this up. Fly heading 130. Okay.
Heading 130 November.
All right.
43 X-ray, Sierra.
This heading 130 is going to
Heading
be this way.
070 November. 01
Oh
X-ray,
boy.
Papa.
Not good at all. Let me see if I can recover this. Yeah, climb and maintain.
Up to 2000 November.
Gonna be doing that soon.
X-ray, Sierra.
I need to turn to 150. Very important. Oh my goodness. What am I doing? Alright. Let's get the ATC back on. Not good, not good. We need the heading at 150. It's just not nice at all. Not nice at all. Chances are we're going to be vectored around again. Heading 150. Yeah. So heading 150. Oh boy. Oh boy. We're gonna climb now. Oh my god. My. Oh my goodness. Okay, this is not good at all. Gonna give myself a lot of power. Gonna be climbing up. And let's get the autopilot on that. No? Alright. I'm going to be flying heading 070. In a super bad shape right now. I'm climbing as fast as I can. I haven't set up for heading. I've been asked to fly some heading. I have no clue what that is. So it's 070. I'm going to turn around. This is going to be completely manual flight because I have no idea what to do. The heading was 070. I'm climbing really fast. Not good at all. Not good at all. Oh my god. We're really not good. Okay, so I'm gonna turn. We want 070. Yeah, I got 070. Okay, I can see the runway. Alright. Let's keep calm. Let's keep going. Yeah, I'm close to 2000 feet. Okay, and I'm going to put one round of flaps right now. I'm going to cut my power just a bit. We need to be at 160. Yeah, let's keep the heading going. I need my fuel booster pumps on. Let's get that going. Alright. Alright. Going to descend and maintain 2000. And yeah, we're going to get the landing gear out. Yeah, let's do that descent. I'm feeling a little more comfortable right now. Okay, go back. We're good right now. We are good. Need to be maintaining that heading just a bit more. Right? I'm flying this plane like a clown. But it's the best I can do, given what I got. I hope we get a straightforward clearance to land. It's pretty crazy, huh? Are those lights of a town? I don't know. They probably are. Okay. The good news is my speeds are looking fine. Alright. We're going to do 040 and we'll report the field in Yes, I can see the flight. I can see the runway, sir. And if we've made it through this, we've got good news. We can land, hopefully. Yeah, cut the power just a bit. You want to move down to 120 right now? The runway looks pretty far away. Okay, I better report the fuel inside. Goodness.
Center, November 4-3 X-ray, Sierra. November 4-3 X-ray, Sierra. Contact tower on 122.35. Contact tower on
Pull the power lever just a bit more.
122.35. November 4-3 X-ray, Sierra. Tower, November 4-3
All right.
X-ray, Sierra.
We're all set up. I love this. There's a certain thing that happens to the autopilot. I'm not sure if it's a bug or what it is really. I'll try to hold the plane. But the problem was that basically beyond a certain point, something just happens to the autopilot. I really don't know why, but it gets pretty bad. Okay, we're looking good. We're at 120 knots, which is really good. I can see the runway. Yes, it's beautiful. We're lined up. Yeah, I'm not going to do anything right now. I'm going to just allow the plane to glide down for the landing. We've established our VREF at 120 knots. So the one thing I still did get right, I should say, is the what is that? Turning off the yaw dampers. Just suddenly realized I don't have that on. Clear to land. Okay, sir. I need my landing lights now. Yeah, I'm still gonna get it. You're not gonna beat me. I'm gonna give everything that's required of me. Okay, are we committing to a landing yet? Do I see a plane ahead on the runway? I don't know. We're gonna find out. Okay, I'm gonna commit at this point. Increase the propellers. And we're gonna get to one more round of flaps. And it's time to bring things down to cut the power quite a bit. We want to get to 120 when we land. Oh, I love the way this runway looks. But as usual, most of these guys don't seem to be having most of these guys don't have a parking spot, so yeah, once I land, I'm gonna just drop her down. That's it, pretty much it. T-gas. Damn you. Okay. Bye-bye landing. Okay. We don't have a landing. There's another plane on the runway. pretending you don't know what I'm doing right now.
705 November 03 X-ray Papa.
And so that is kind of the last straw, right? Not sure if I want to cancel this flight at this point because I'm also noticing a very, very heavy 270. Okay, this is stressful. Okay, our speed is good. I'm going to cut the speed just a bit. We want to head to 270. Let's see if I can get the autopilot to work. That would be so beneficial at this point. So beneficial. Looks like we have a hit on this. Yeah. Okay, we have something going. All right. Yeah, we've got something going here. We're gonna set up the vertical speed. Let's start going up. Okay, we're back in business, sir. So let me just quickly set up the altitude arm as well. All right. Never forget to fly the plane. Lesson learned. One 60. 160. Okay, 150.
Heading 150. Visual runway 4 up to 5,000 November 43 X-ray Sierra.
21.
Center November 03 X-ray Papa.
Pretty close. All right. Oh Jesus. Okay. Okay, we need to do 5,000 feet. Yeah, looking good. That's altitude arm. Start moving up. We don't do for some reason. Yes, there we go. Beautiful. All right. Checking again. My flaps are up. Landing gears up. We are back in business.
Heading 260 November 03 X-ray Papa.
Ooh, that was difficult. Okay, I'm gonna cut the speed just a bit because we've been a little slow on our climb. I'm gonna go faster up. Okay, I'm so glad I have the autopilot back. That was not fun. That was not fun. Not sure if you're able to see the expressions on my face. I was absolutely shocked. We had the autopilot doing weird things. Wait, I have something going on my enunciator. Okay, we are now going back to 220. We're going to hold the altitude. We want to fly back to 220. Let's start turning a little. Okay, and I'm going to also cut this down and help arm the altitude. 3, 2, 1, 0. Come on, faster. Yes, sir. Coming up right away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Boom. We're in business. I'm gonna cut throttle down to almost nothing. Yeah, we're climbing down. That's very good news. We wanna hit and turn on the altitude, arm, and now we're gonna do 220. Not the sharpest of turns, friends. But I'm a little jittery right now. We have a little annunciator going, which is that we got our landing and taxi lights on. Yeah, I should not have them on, should I? Yeah. I'm not going to give up so easily on flying, right? Okay, we're 1,000 feet away. I'm gonna push up things just a bit. We want to hit 160. We will survive this, I hope. So the one mistake I just realized when I made was when I was flying the plane manually, I should have been looking at my instruments. What I was doing instead was that I was looking at the sky and trying to fly. That's very bad. I should have just looked down, kept the instruments going, kept the direction going, and I should have looked at these three guys. I should not have been looking out of my window, and that's what I did. Alright, we are gaining back. We're gonna increase the throttle. We want to stay at 160 right now. I'm gonna check my GPS to see where we are. Don't see the plane, don't see the... I'm gonna just switch the GPS to oops. Alright. Okay, once we make the next turn, I'll prepare for landing. Oh, I may not actually. Only after that. Our boost pumps are still on. I'm gonna just have to leave them on. Okay. Yeah, the autopilot's working just fine. it's pitch dark right now. Hopefully this time around I get to land. If I don't get to land, I'm going to cut the stream, okay? Uh,
November 4, 3, X-ray, Sierra, fly heading 310.
310, sir.
310, November 4, 3, X-ray, Sierra.
I gotcha. 27. We're going to hit 3. And we're going to hit 3. 310. Sire. Thank you so much. We're now exactly we're doing 90 degrees. We are kind of perpendicular to the runway. What was the runway? 5? 4. I think the runway was 4. Okay, let me just set the OBS to that.
November 01, X-ray, pop-up, descend and maintain flight level 230. Doubtful flight level 230, November 01, X-ray, pop-up.
Alright. Okay. Yeah. Perpendicular to the runway right now. We are at 160 knots. That's the speed that we need. Going a little higher than that, I'm going to cut the power just a tad. Okay. Do I want to get ready for landing just yet? No, I don't think so. It's getting pretty hot here. I should have been done with the flight right now. But, well, the ATC doesn't like me. We're going to do a 070 and then a 040 if I remember the pattern right. And when we hit 070, we'll be asked to identify the runway. Good stuff. We are currently doing 310. I think the next step, oh, it might not be, it's going to be, let me guess, 010 and then 040. Let's see if you're right on that one. I see a plane over there, can you? A little twinkling star out there. Just step out for a second. Might be able to see some other planes around. No, can't make out a thing. Okay, let's get a few preps done. Okay, the boost is fine. But no, I'm not going to do anything right now. That little blinking light there. I don't know if you can see it. Okay, we should be getting the next turn right about now. Not sure why we're not getting that yet. I just want to note the angle where we start getting the next turn. We are flying the right 010, just as I had guessed. Thank you, sir. I will also start preparing for landing. There we go. All right. Okay, we're leveling up. Okay, I'm going to add the flaps now. Okay. Okay, we want our propeller back down. So this is something I seem to have forgotten. This should have been at 19. Going to add a little bit of juice to the engines. Oh, just a little bit, not much. And we want the landing gear, uh, landing lights and taxi lights. Let's go with that right now. Can't see it in this. Okay. All right. Oh. Okay, we're doing 140. Uh, but I'll figure out the speeds after we turn towards the runway. We're not in landing ready configuration, and that's because of two things: one, the yaw damper, and two, the propellers.
November 4-3 X-ray Sierra. Fly heading 040. Report the field in sight.
All right.
Heading 040. Hold field. November 4-3 X-ray Sierra.
Yeah, I can already see it's looking nice and beautiful. Okay, let's start doing this again. I'm going to turn off the yaw dampers, turn off the autopilot. It's time to fly ourselves, and hopefully this time we're hitting 120 knots. That's just beautiful. I'm going to report the field in sight.
Center November 4-3 X-ray Sierra. November 4-3 X-ray Sierra. Contact power on 122.35. Contact power on 122.35. November 4-3 X-ray Sierra. November 01 X-ray pop-up. Contact center on 135.95.
Looks like I've got a
Contact center on
plane that's just taken off.
135.95. November 01 X-ray pop-up. November 4-3 X-ray Sierra.
Okay, all set for the landing. If it gets cancelled this time, I'm gonna stop the flight. I'm out of time, but the runway looks pretty clean. I don't see any aircraft on it. This should be a good landing for us. Not gonna commit just yet. When I do commit, the propellers are gonna go up. So that is the other thing I missed. So you can see very clearly that I'm still nowhere near professional grade flying, even on a flight simulator. When things went wrong, you should ideally follow procedures, and problem was I was too busy trying to get the plane off the ground to be doing anything else. Okay, we're going to increase the propeller. I'm committing right now. Okay, I'm going to cut the throttle quite a bit. Yeah, we want 120, we've got 120 again. And this is just good for us. Okay, time to bring the next set of flaps down. Right. Yes. This is going to be a pretty sharp descent. Pretty sharp descent. Going to cut power just a bit more. We want to hit 100. Waiting to hit 100. Bit of a sharp descent here. Alright, runway looks clean. Oh my god, I almost requested a missed approach. Oh way, not again, not right now. I need to land. Not even sure if I have enough fuel. That's a joke, but whatever. Alright. Okay, we're doing good. Oh, wow, I can just about see the lights of the taxiway. That looks really nice. And, pull up a little. Oh man, we have another plane on the runway, but I'm just gonna land, right? I'm gonna land. Okay. Okay, my friend. Yeah, fine. I don't care. Alright. I really don't care. The only thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hit the brakes pretty fast. That much I'll give ya. So that we don't land next to the plane. Let me go up closer to the plane. Where is he? Ah, here he is. Oh, there he goes, turning around. He's facing me actually, yeah. Okay. Bye bye. Alright, wind going right to my face. Hard luck, but this is kind of where we stop the flight right now. Okay, thanks guys. I'm out of time. I'm gonna stop this right away. Hope you had fun with all the crazy stuff that happened.